test. Test. Yo. I think you've got probably like a, I want to say like a 5-10 second delay. Yeah. Haven't gotten any add-ons for the blueprints yet to get the first set done. Almost got all the cortex fragments too. Just been chugging away slowly at the campaign. That way, whenever we play, I could just go back and help you.
I'm afraid I'm fresh out of Amasek and cigars. But I have a new Aldari contingent moving in for all your entertainment needs.
These Eldar seem really persistent. It is time to combine our forces.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, not too bad then. Ah, I see.
We are in time. The turrets are still operational.
That's a relief. Considering my history with the Conclave, I wouldn't want to have to explain the destruction of the data vault to them.
I'm still baffled as to why the Eldar dedicated such efforts to invading this place.
They must think that they'll find something here they can use to save their craft world. You must not forget that the Aldari are a dying race. We need every shred of hope.
You are demonstrating almost alarming levels.
Yeah, I got him augmented with leap attack. And if the melee ones actually perish, they blow up for like 275% of their base damage, which isn't the best. I heard it was stronger before they nerfed it, where it used to do percentage of their alpha's damage as well.
I don't know about you, but I could do with a stiff drink right now.
But it's still solid extra damage for them just dying, so.
What can I say? I have spent decades in disguise as the rogue trader captain of the good ship Stormskin.
Yeah.
And certain things will rub off.
What exactly? Navigational skills. Haggling.
I'm quite proud of my meticulous paperwork. And I can always find a great inn in any void port.
Inquisitor, I wish to report for duty. We must defend the sacred archive from the Xeno scum.
Your primary objective hasn't changed, Sergeant.
Xeno scum.
With all due respect, Inquisitor, I feel that we are wasting my potential.
I feel like I would be able to probably put the healing totem back on when we're in our party, because I don't have to rely on solely my own damage. Because it would do wonders for keeping everyone else alive on harder missions. As long as we're not like one shot. 50% of your max health per second is basically like, you're not dying as if you get one shot. good item. Must have been a sigil. But yeah, I really don't even shoot my own gun. I just kind of keep moving, dropping my turret in places, making sure I keep up my robo-constructs.
Classified inquisitorial records. Judging by the classification entries, the dossier on the Martyr investigation could also be here.
The Elder must have been trying to locate the Martyr.
I'd rather put it differently. They have been, definitely, after the Alpha Pariah.
A valid theory. The traits make her capable of cleansing an infested craft.
Absolutely. Therefore, they will not retreat until their Farseer is dead.
There's also another, instead of doing the healing turret, I've also the DPS turret. Gives all of the constructs in its radius like 40% or like 66% attack speed, which makes them go insanely fast. But they have to stay within the radius. Yeah. The only thing is that I lose then. If it was to replace a gunner group, I would lose 2 more instances of units, which would be like 4% less supreme damage reduction, and then 16% less physical damage, or like less damage total. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like technically I think it would be better on bosses because then I can just like throw it on top of a boss and everything gets it. And allies like us, other players, they also get 10% attack speed in it, so they can go burnt faster too. Who's got the lowest weapon? 50, 50, 43. You do. Now you're level 52. Oop, didn't mean to use the intel, damn it. Oh, there goes the money down the drain. I guess I'll do it then. Each death decreases life, enemies reflect. Double amount of supporting enemies and link groups. And I might as well throw some of these in here. Yeah, movement speed and cooldown rate. Bleh. XP boost. 1 extra champion in every group. Don't have any seals to use. Alright. Assassinate. But yeah, there's a sentry turret build that uses only sentry turrets instead of the mobiles, so you're like constantly resummoning them.
Priority purge protocols
But it
initiated
requires a
and
very
being
specific,
observed. Noospheric data streams are thrice encrypted
a
and
very
set to
specific
optimal
build you
flow.
have to do first. You get it, like the passive that enables it, by doing a run where all you have is turrets without the buff. And your only damage source can be those turrets. So it'll be a pain in the ass to unlock it. It's true, and I wouldn't be using the attack speed per unit one, because I would only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turrets. So it would only be like 10% attack speed. And instead I would get the thing where the units that you just summoned in get like 66% attack power for like 10 seconds after they're summoned in. So it would be a different build in totality. And I think the turret passive does I think something like 25% extra damage per turret, 2 turrets. So like they stack with each other. And then I think gives like your turrets more AoE size. Ooh, that's a lot of motherfuckers. Bring some of the dudes back.
Neutralized. There is no escape from the wrath of the Imperium.
For the Emperor, praise the Amnesiah. Ooh, big boy. I'm ready to go, bird. Ooh. Doing some AoE to my boys. But that's okay. Bring him back. Yeah, I do believe I do. Yeah, I've seen that. Probably be tempting to run. Problem is, it kind of fucks up group play. Because I think the weapon I use is heat damage. Yeah, heat plasma. So I would be making them less. Yeah, which would be the hard part. Because right now, all of my vivisectors, they're all physical. So it would work now, technically. Because I would be doing heat vulnerability. Or inverse. There is a, it's like a poison rifle I've used before. Don't know what its damage type is, though. Yeah, the tarantula, my turret. It's not vulnerability, I think it's armor shred, actually. I have to relook into that. Yeah, so this guy here that I just dropped from this guy.
Nerve gas.
Poor robots. Hello, Mr. Patrol. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, they do a lot of single target damage. There was supposedly a one of the modules I can find that I can put on my robots that give them a chance when they hit to do an AoE lightning spark. And I have yet to find one, or which ones it actually rolls on. That's a big cluster of red, what the fuck? Decimation.
Noospheric assessment complete. Operation is a success. Inloading data construct.
Good enough. Yeah, I noticed that. It's the Intel thing, so it better give me some good shit because otherwise it was like a bunch of money down the drain. Yeah, so I need 4 more traps to get it. The problem is, I think all of these would be for me. Oh, I've been selling the Intels because they're so expensive. Oh, I can get any of these. More resistance wouldn't be bad to get. Didn't see the inverse vulnerability. Is it a passive? Might be a passive. Yeah, it's a passive. Diverse tactics. Hits that increase enemies' resistance by that type by 5%, but also adds the vulnerability to the other types, stacking 10 times. Yeah, that one's a harder fit then for me. But yeah, let me see if I got one of those guns. Yeah, radium one. So that's physical kinetic, so that would put a physical armor up, but everything else would be voned down. I'd have to do like lightning or something. Physical kinetic, physical kinetic. Oh shit. Electric is also heat on the voltaic axe. Physical slash. Heat, electric. Right. I mean, technically, instead of doing... Because if I do synergies, instead of doing the vivisector claws, I think they would still do physical and bleeds. What's the claw one do? Chain claw is physical. Yeah. What is this though? Because I've been using the claw, which gives them bleed. A strike that does 175% of the base damage is physical and causes a bleeding dot, which is 80% of the base damage per second for 3 seconds, stacks 5 times. But you know what? There is a dot cap, and if the 4 of my motherfuckers jump a single target and they all 4 hit, that's 4 stacks of bleed. I'm wondering if I should move one of my melees onto the chainsaw. What the chainsaw will do is it's a single attack that sustains 42% base damage as physical every 0.16 seconds, and they're traumatized, which roots them until the channeled attack is finished. And if there's 4 of them doing that 40% base damage, that would essentially, because initially the other one is what, 170, then puts the bleed on. Those ones would rip and tear, while once I hit bleed cap, those ones will basically just keep hitting and keep ripping and tearing. Oh yeah, and because I can't zoom in, but you can see the little tiny ripper claw, where the other one was a little sharp blade. Yeah, I think that might be better. But otherwise, what I was thinking was the pistoli combustor here. Swapping it over to the las gun would be heat. The melee ones don't have a heat one, and swapping the tarantula over to the tarantula las gun, that can change the I can move around my passives. I think it's in specialization. So the combustor would do poison, but the las gun would blind enemies instead. And then I'd have one gunner as las guns for blinding, and one of the combustors for melta guns for heat dots. And then switch over to tarantula to fire. Instead of physical. And I think it might have been in the construct offense then. There's just so many different ones. Heat damage to constructs. Oh, that's not benefiting me right now. Yeah, okay, so the tarantula bolt gun reduces enemy armor by 5% on hit for 2 seconds. Doesn't say it stacks. Is that kind of garbage? If it stacks, the tarantula bolt gun shoots a volley of 8 shots And that could be potentially 2 seconds in between volleys. It would be like if it's most stacks cap at 5, but I never see another cap stack. Huh. I wonder if that's any good, actually. Anyway, support tree, I needed to go this way for more cooldowns, and gaining health per data point. So now I can heal myself, I get some more regen. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do this next mission, though, with all tarantula turrets. So many fucking... Does not stack? I see. So they hit them once and they reduce armor by 5%. Ooh boy. But the last gun version of it, that one does heat vulnerability per shot. So I'm not using the pistoles right now, so I need to swap this over to... health and regen. Okay, that's the damage one for teleporting them in. Okay, where is it? There you are. Health regen per second. Max data flux is regenerated per second. So I normally have about 250, so it would be like another 2.5 data per second, which is actually quite a bit. Because I think my data regen right now is 4.96. Does that actually show? It does. It basically doubles my data flux regen. Which I might need if I'm doing all turrets to unlock the turret perk. Alright. And we're gonna go just on hard instead of too hard. It's... I think I have it on graphical preference, or performance and not graphics. Also, it kind of looks like a ghetto room. So I can't shoot my gun. Yeah, it's just kind of brown and kind of like chittery looking. Yeah. The only Difference is like the highlights on the shoulder pads and the Pope hat. But yeah, everything else is kind of just like. I think I've turned it down to 0. But I can't remember if I've changed my gear recently.
Careful down there, Inquisitor. The world is crawling with Tyranids.
My main concern is not those Xenos, but another one in particular. Are you certain that the Harlequin will be there?
I am, as much as one can be, certain about Harlequins. But I know her, and I'm confident you'll meet her.
It is surprisingly quiet at the moment.
The Tyranids are hibernating, but trust me, your arrival will stir them up mightily.
A decisive surgical strike is what I need now. Send me the coordinates of the Harlequin.
There are 3 webway camps in the area. The Harlequin could be near any of them.
I'm still perplexed by the ferociousness of the Tyranids without their hired fleet.
It is indeed remarkable. The Xenos recognize the possibility of a full-scale invasion and use the available biomass.
Turrets go bird.
As many planets as they could.
Still, eventually they were purged by the Imperium.
Not entirely. After the Tyranids had scattered their forces, isolated diaspores were able to survive eradication. Mostly on the more backward planets. How's that saying go about plans extending beyond contact with the enemy?
The combat statistics of the Ordos and Inquisitor Mercer. Do you have any idea what the Harlequin is trying to achieve on an infested planet?
First of all, it used to be their world. I'd say the Eldar regard it as their world still. Harlequins are attracted to the sites of great tragedies.
What is so unique about this planet?
This used to be an Eldari maiden world, at a hub in the Webway. Numerous gates are still intact.
So she can dance between the Webway and...
And I can have 5 of them.
Perfect hideout for a Harlequin.
Big boy. Turrets go bird. Honestly, this isn't half bad.
They fear the alien, and for a very good reason. Sometimes you need
They
to
just kinda get in the way.
Some of them are waging the same hopeless war for existence in a hostile galaxy that we are.
Yep. Ooh, what are you? You.
Inquisitor, I have troubling news. Judging by the Augur reconnaissance, the entire area is showing Tyranid activity on an immense scale.
Without that, the chances of success in an engagement with the Tyranid invasion on this scale are minuscule.
May I make a proposal? We have already engaged...
They do lots of
certain
damage, though.
Paradox, the pilot of the fearsome Imperial Knight called Crimson Wanderer, in cases just like this.
I find your initiative commendable, Captain. But this night could be anywhere in the city. Now I'm beginning to see why the threat of the isolated Tyranid diaspores led the Adeptus Mechanicus to order exterminators.
Yes, that was the sad fate of this maiden world.
The current situation proves that even an exterminators might not be.
What is more disturbing is that this proves that this particular hive mind acted like a highly intelligent being and used cold logic.
Right. Oh, but I'm out of data cells. They're expensive on the fucking flux charge. No, remember it's armor shred. So it's that little tiny... that little symbol that has like a little character looking thing. Or maybe not.
We must talk, Harlequin.
Right, yeah, it was just a 5% armor shred or whatever when the turret hits for 2 seconds. Which makes me think maybe I don't need the the bolter turret in my swarm army. Here's the info slave protocol. So I wouldn't need the supreme resistance because at that point I would only have, it'd only be 10%. Instead, it would be the info slave. Yeah, info slave is 20% damage bonus to all tarantula constructs for every existing construct, and 35% AoE damage bonus to me. Which, I don't really care about that, but that's, 5 turrets. That's 100% damage bonus to my turrets. Or, yeah. So they get 66% damage bonus for 20 seconds after they're teleported in. And then if I have, each one gives 20% damage to each other for each existing one. So if they've just been summoned, they can have it upwards to 166% damage. But here's the thought. Because I'm not getting a huge buff from them, at that point it would be 80% if I had 4. Doing the Voltgeist. Would give them 66% attack speed. I think 1 turret less for the 66% attack speed. I think that would make up for the turret. It's one of those weird math problems where it's like, well, let's see, 1 turret is technically 20% more damage for all of the turrets. Yes. My initial turret that I was using before was the last guns. That one actually does do heat vulnerability per shot. long range 155 base as heat. And it also ignores their shield, and it also does 30% extra damage against armor targets. I think it's as heat. So yeah, it would do as heat. I just need to do. Oh yeah, I would just have to swap this one. Reset. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, fuck, I picked up the fucking wrong one. I need another level. Because this one makes the Tarantula Flamer make them flee. Reset again. Well, I have to get it to get up to the cooldown reduction. Because nothing else really affects anything. $14 points to get that motherfucker. But anyway, let me go to my robes real quick. Yeah, 0 grime, 0 wear, 0 material blend. So if I were to put the grime max, doesn't look any different. Ew, the material blend makes me look like a peach. And then the grime then shows up as like spotty on the robes. I don't like the color of the hat. And I don't like the color ratio of the hat either. No. Just bring that back down. I like the gold and black. Maybe if I change my material. What, I think hit square in the material base. That looks a little better. But no, the tech priest robe just kind of looks. Yeah. What are you? Ooh, less damage dealt by enemies for every debuff on them? What? Mark that as favorite so I don't fuck with that later. The only problem is I have to have the armor set that has the open spots so I can have more summoning slots. Thing is, even if I did that vulnerability thing for this, if I did that, it would just stack vulnerabilities of the other type, which I think because since the Lasguns one will actually stack vulnerability themselves, then it wouldn't be effective. Yeah. Okay, but now I've got to switch all these to Lasguns. Or should I do one of them as a flamer for AoE? %70 base damage is heat, 15-meter cone. Good against flesh, weak against armor. But the Lasguns is shield piercing, strong against armored. Yeah. I'm gonna bring the Voltgeist turret too. So I got my my new passive skill. Pump the difficulty back up to 3. Now that I got my quest.
Another heroic quest to cull the enemies of
Oh, do I get to play the fucking robot? Alright, well, never mind. Guess I won't get to try this one. Shit.
I know you're ready to be well, Inquistor, but I haven't had the pleasure of fighting for you yet. But the Crimson Wanderer, this magnificent relic of our glorious past, is now on its way to strike down the unclean and the corrupted.
Fuck off of me.
I must warn you, Knight, that the vaporous discharge you have entered is of an extremely corrosive nature.
A mere whiff of foul xenos scent cannot harm my glorious war machine.
Quite the contrary, the acidic fog can significantly damage the plating of your knight.
Full speed ahead! corpses, and still they fight.
I feel your frustration, pilot. I have fought the Tyranids only once. Rest assured.
In case you were wondering about my past, Inquisitor, it is tragic. I forsook my house, became a free blade. I live for the clangor of battle. I am a solitary wanderer, Inquisitor, drawn to the darkest pits of hell by the flames of war and the cries of the innocent. I am glad to assist the Holy Ordos, and that is exactly how I met the Inquisitor, who formerly led
Oh, I was
for a while.
reading this stuff on the side. I completely didn't see your message. Oh, I guess I beelined all the main stuff. I have to kill little guys. Get off me, little fuckers. I wish you could skip these missions. I don't want to run around with a giant mech, even though mechs are fun. I need a booster.
The Squire skulls are reporting new activity. The
Oh.
massacre has drawn out the ship.
But I didn't want to hunt them down. Ooh, Carnifex.
Abomination! With the blaze of my blessed weaponry! Inquisitor, the swarm is no more! The Crimson Wanderer has fulfilled its sacred duty! The area has been cleared. The machine spirit of my knight will need some soothing.
Soothe your machine spirit all you want. I'm out of here. Well, I want to do my shing. With my stuff. With my machine spirits. He can apply his WD-40 on whatever he needs. Okay.
Inquisitor, may I
There
remind
should
you
be,
that
like,
you have only gained
one
temporary
lady being
insight by eliminating the synapse.
two,
The Tyranids are still
and it'll
unorganized,
be like that.
but soon another organism will replace the original synapse creature.
I have no time to
So
lose
yeah,
then.
so as long
I
as
must
they're
locate
in
that
that
Eldari
radius,
shrine
they get
immediately.
66% attack speed. Let's see, I think that's my flamer. And not great against armor. Here I got an arrow. Even on flesh though, it's only 199 a tick. What's one of these boys do though? I don't know what level the flamer is. It could be a very low level turret. No, I think it's just a dot. It's not a dot, it's just like damage per second inside it. But I... Yeah, well, it's because they do.
Bioscanners indicate
They have
the
increased
approach of
damage
organisms, probably inbound from the
against
adjacent
armored
zone.
people. They also do. They ignore shields too. The flavor does the fear. Well, when I get another level. But I don't know if I would need it. They've got the range too. Like, the flavor hasn't even had a chance to shoot anything because the lasers are just one-shotting everything.
A membrane crystal, which has survived an exterminators. A remarkable technological anomaly.
Hi there. Zappity, 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 zap.
You are closing in on the shrine. The architectural components of the nearby ruins are consistent with our records on spiritual
Then
Aldari
here.
structures.
I'm convinced that it has become the lair of something much more materialistic.
That. And yeah, that speed makes it shoot so much faster. So you get the one here with the speed. I'm gonna throw one over here. That will take zap. That will take zap. Yeah, they stack with themselves and only for the 20 seconds that the first summoned out. Any more damage. Puritan path, fuck you, bitch.
To cooperate?
On one condition.
What would that be?
You really, really need to survive your next battle.
It's against you, isn't it, bitch? Oh, it's a Carnifex. Okay, so. Come on, brah. 28,000 health.
I've promised you answers.
This ranks as a highly improbable scenario, yet with the optimal outcome.
Died before he can get in range of the flamer. Shit, I don't even have whatchamacallit. I don't even have my offensive swapped over either. Because I think they've got I think I've got my physical version still on. But I need more reset points. Here you are. So yeah, I think my construct speciality has all the pistol-y stuff. And instead, I would swap the 35% physical over to heat, because right now they're not getting any bonus. Bloop. So, regen, cooldown reduction, heat damage, cooldown. Cost reduction. Area. So I don't know if they technically have area or not with their laser beams. Either way, there's another 35% damage bonus. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, the flavor was technically level 35, so not the highest it could be. But shit, my last gun turrets are only 40. Let's drop them down. Back to las guns. Put the base. Go into that. Go to the last gun, and I got a couple levels I can put into it. Yeah, level 48. That increased its base damage a good bit. I think all of my offensive modules are all fucked now too. They're all melee centered, I think. That one's bleeding. They don't bleed anymore. They don't poison anymore. Yeah, so I have to fix those. Was it? I wasn't paying attention. Oh shit. Well, that's one cool thing about if I have everything at that, that goes to all the guns. So that was a base damage increase to all of my guns. Why is that one so much higher? 34, 34, 32. Oh, that one's got a lot of good base damage. Hey, one of you was like 16. Ew. Need to roll more of those bad boys.
What do you make of this ancient prophecy, Marco?
Yeah, it's because it doesn't have any offensive capabilities, and I have only offensive ones.
Do you have a desk?
So that boosters are move speed, and they can roll stuff. Endurance is health. Offensive is like flat damage. That one's not bad. 26% damage bonus for all constructs against poisoned enemies. I'm pretty sure this carbine, because I don't have the melee damage anymore and I don't bleed, so my current gun does nothing for the turret build. Pretty sure the short burst does a poison dot, yes. So I bite you. So it poisons if I shoot, so it'll give then a multiplicative damage bonus for my constructs. But I mark you as a favorite for my melee. Correct, yeah. Let's see. Try to make one of these bad boys. Haven't made one in a hot minute, and that could be good. Yes, so the offensive module can roll from 16 to 37 flat damage and then some enchantments. A couple of these. So my eyeball, increased jump range and damage multiplier for the Thunderbolt of Authority. Crit chance, move speed, duration, experience gain. What do you do though? Melee, if they're bleeding, against regular enemy. That's a good one. Castellian, bleeding, physical. Life drain for ranged against burning. Damage bonus for construct against bleeding, and life drain for melee. Oh, well, they all were garbage. All of my stuff has to be super hyper specific. Ordo missions. When did you show up? What the fuck is this? Only 3 Ordo missions can be started per week. The fuck? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't remember seeing a cherub beside that. Well, what are these rewards? Improves store selection by adding relics. Enemies gain a chance to drop unique tarot cards. Improves his selection. Reduce the cost damage bonus against all Xenos. Okay, what about you? Guide spark stuff. Enemies gain the chance to drop unique tarot. Better spark stuff. Reduced cost. Damage against rebels and heretics. And what about you, Melius? Shards. Tarot card. Psalms colds. Reduced price. Damage against demons. Interesting. Kinda like the relic items. The Purge. Better relic. A better XP. Let's see, only 2 lives. Champions do more damage. Damage bonus, movement speed. Damage bonus, movement speed. Melee damage. Well, if there's a fucking champion in here and he decides to try and punch me in the dick, I could totally get one shot.
Maim the heretic. Slay the treacherous Xenos. Banish the fork-tongued demon spawn.
Get behind me, Mr. President. One. Zap, zap, zap. Destroy them with lasers. Trap. Stupid trap. Gotcha. Spawn camping. Oh no, you had me on the run. I get to play tower defense games. Home Alone, Warhammer 40k edition. Ooh, Spoil Warden. Tough. Hello, Wilbur. What are you doing, buddy? What? Why are you staring at me weird? What are you doing? You seem enamored with my mic. What's up, buddy? Oh, yeah.
You are no Astartes, but you can certainly fight, Inquisitor.
Me fight?
Glorious carnage.
Ow! I forgot they blow up. Wait, 4 enemies left? Oh my god. You motherfucker hiding in a little tiny corner. I swear they weren't there whenever I was walking by. Gotta hobble my ergot ass all the way down. Hey, you fuckers.
Once again, the enemies of the Imperium failed miserably.
Say hello to my little cluster of lasers. Yeah, I don't know if it's as fun as, like, the Swarm, because they just kind of like rip and shred and they go all over the place. And I think technically doing my Swarm is better for the co-op because I'd be able to put bleed and poison on things. But I would have to try this build out in a bigger, more difficult way. I don't know if though. I think technically with the swarm, though, since I have more numbers for the percentage supreme all resistance, I think it'll be safer for me as well to not get one shot and higher stuff. But I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Now you kind of understand a little bit of how the tech adept works too. Peace.